this problem, we're given the waveform, this thing, and we want to find the current at t equals 1 milliseconds, t equals 6 milliseconds, and t equals 10 milliseconds. Okay, let's start by finding t equals 1 milliseconds. I'm going to call it A, okay? So we want to recall that the equation for current over time is going to be equal to the derivative of charge over time. Okay, so derivative is just slope. Therefore, the current over time is just going to be the slope. Of the charge. And because we want to find t equals 1 milliseconds, 1 is in between 0 and 2, which is around here. So it'll be here. Therefore, we need 2 points to find slope, because slope is equal y2, y1 over x2, x1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's pick a point, any point. Let's pick 0, 0, okay? Let's name that x1, x and y1, okay? Is equal to 0, 0. Now, our second point, x2, y2, is going to be equal wherever this is, which is 1 and 15. So 1 and 15. So the slope of this is going to be y2 minus y1, which is 15 minus 0 over x2 minus 1, 1 minus 0. Slope is 15. Therefore, the current at t equals 1 milliseconds is going to be 15 amps. Moving on to t equals 6 milliseconds. Let's call that B. T equals 6 milliseconds. All right, same type of thing. You want to find x1 and y1. So x1 and y1. Pick a point, any point. Let's say, okay, this point. It's 4 and 30. Now we want to find this point. So x2, comma y2. It's going to be here. It's going to be 6 and 30. Okay, now I want to find a slope of this. You have y2, which is 30, minus y1, which is negative 30. Wait, y1 is 30, so it's just going to be 30 minus 30 over 6 minus 4. 30 minus 30 is 0, so whatever this is, slope is going to be 0. So current is 0 amps. And this makes sense because when you look at this, it's a linear straight line. Therefore, there's no rate of change. There's no slope. So slope is 0, okay? Now moving on to C, we have at t equals 10 milliseconds. Same deal, x1, y1, x2, y2. Pick any point for x1, y1. I'm just going to pick this point, which is 8 and 30. And now for x2, y2, we're going to pick a point where this is at time t equals 10 milliseconds, which is here. So it's going to be 10 and 15. Yep, because it's right here. It's around 15. Let's say it's 15. Okay, so with this, we want to calculate. You get 15 minus 30. But okay, here's the thing. You have this over 10 minus 8. You get a negative 15 over 2. So slope of this is a negative 15 over 2, which is negative 7.5. Current equals negative 7.5 amps. Let me write it down here so you can see the whole thing. Current And if you wonder, is it possible for current to be negative? Yes, it's possible. It just means that the current is going the opposite direction. So for this, at t equals 10 milliseconds, current is equal to negative 7.5.